Hello and welcome to our next lecture on learning Autodesk Inventor. So in this lecture we are going to continue with another drawing, and this lecture we are going to draw a spanner. So let's get into it. First we are going to start by creating a circle, and we're not going to take care about the real values. We're just going to give it some values, let's say 100 millimeters, even though there is no such spanner so big, but doesn't matter. Alright, now let's first make the head of the spanner. Now we're gonna need to create a, let's say, a rectangle. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit, and we're gonna make it like this. Let's give it a width, doesn't matter the width because we are gonna cut it, and oops, I have to give it a height. Let's make it so 50. Okay, right click and OK. Now we need to rotate this. Just select the object, then select the center of rotation. Okay, I will make it at the same. Okay, right click and OK. Now we need to move it. Once again, select the object and then select the base point. Okay, I want it to be just like in the middle of the circle. So we'll click OK. Let's click OK one more time, and now we have it. But we're going to need to give it some dimensions, and I will give it from this point to this point. Let's make it 22, and from this point to this point on the horizontal direction, let's make it like this. Okay, now right click and OK. We are going to trim this and this. Alright, okay, trim this. It doesn't allow us because we have here a dimension. Let's try to trim this now. Okay, now we have to trim this part, and we are done. Okay, these are not constrained because we need to give them, oops, we need to give them some dimensions. Okay, now we are done, but we need to give it a little opening here. You're gonna need to create a polygon. Just make here a simple polygon. Right click, hit OK, and what is this distance? It's 50. Okay, we need to make it 50 as well. Make it 50. Alright, now this one has to fit here, so right click and OK. Now we're going to use this constraint here, this collinear constraint. Okay, right click here and here. Alright, and now I want this point to be here, so I'm going to use this constraint once again and click here. Now it's inside this head of the spanner. Now I will delete this and this and this, of course, but it said we can't actually do that because we have some dimensions here. I'm gonna delete these, I don't need them anymore, and I'm gonna delete this. Now I'm gonna trim this. Oops, I still cannot do that because I have a measurement here. I'm gonna delete them just in case, and now I'm gonna try once again, but it won't work. Why is that? Let's see if we can delete these, and now it should do the job. Alright, now click OK once again. Now we have to give it, oops, I didn't want to do that. Let's delete this Okay, now that's what I want to do, and give it a dimension here as well. Okay, the computer already knows the dimensions, and this one as well. Now we have to give a dimension from here to here. Okay, and one from the vertical direction. And now it should do the job. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. And now it's done. Alright. So here's our head of the spanner. Now we have to create the body. Let's take a line here. You can make it as long as you want. I will make it just like this. Right click and hit OK. Now, this is, as you can see, it's horizontally constrained. So I'm gonna attach it to the head of the spanner. Right? Okay. Now I'm gonna create another one. We don't just ignore the dimension by now, for now, and let's trim this now. Now we're gonna trim this. Alright, as you can see now, the whole spanner has become green, but we will again give it some dimensions right here, and now it's okay. Right click and hit OK. Now we're gonna make here a little fillet. We're gonna click here, select the head of the spanner, and then the body. Now we are gonna click here and make it 10 millimeters. Okay, but I think this is just too small. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So let's make it 50 millimeters. I think this looks good, and I'm gonna make it just like that. Alright, now it looks fine. We're gonna make here another fillet. Click here, then here. Make it 50, just like the other one, and hit enter. Oh, once again I have to edit to 50, and now it looks better. I can also adjust here the width. I can make it as a whatever I want, but I think this looks good. I'm gonna make it 13 millimeters. Alright. Right click, hit OK, and now we're gonna make the end of the spanner. To make the end, I'm gonna create a circle here. We're gonna create a circle, let's say like this. No, it's too big. What was this? Okay, 50. We're gonna make it 100 in diameter. No, sorry, we're gonna make it smaller. Actually, let's make it 70 millimeters. Now this looks better. Let's move it here and make it a little, not right in the center, but we're gonna make it just like this. Okay. Now, I want these to be constrained with a circle, so I'm gonna click here, and then this and this. Alright. I'm gonna still make it a little bit like this, because that's what I want it to be. Alright, now we can trim this part here. Okay, and now we can make some fillet here. Let's go here, click fillet, First the circle, then the line. Alright. Click here, enter. I think this has a 50mm fillet. I think that looks good. And we're going to make here another fillet. Select the fillet tool, align, then the circle. And this looks actually pretty nice. Okay. Just sit here, enter. Alright, now it looks good. But we're going to make here a hole. We're going to make a polygon. We're going to make it the number of sides. We're going to make it with 6 sides. Okay. Once again, I click here and at the center of this circle. Now you can adjust the size of this polygon. Just go right here, take the dimension tool and select one side to the other. And you can make whatever you want. I'm gonna leave it with 33, let's say. Okay, now it looks good. Let's say make it a little bit bigger, 35. Okay, now I'm happy. As you can see, this is not constrained overall, and we're gonna need to fix that. Okay, I have to give this some dimensions. These have some dimensions. I think we need to give a dimension from here to here. Let's give it like this, and boom. Except this here. I'm gonna give a dimension from let's say this point to this point here. Alright, and this point to this point here. I'm gonna give a dimension here. Oh, it already has a dimension, but we need to actually give a dimension to the center. Oh, that has already one. Okay. And okay, now it's done. Now as you can see, we are finished, and this is the spanner. Alright, I'm gonna finish the sketch. Let's click here, finish. So this is our simple spanner. Okay, now we are gonna save this and click Save As, and we are going to save this as sketch number 5. Alright, let's click here, save. So now it is saved. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Goodbye.